Hey Aries, thanks for joining me. This is Mimi Means from Divination by Mimi. This is Tarot Cards for Humanity. Your spread for February 1st through the 15th. We are going to do a Celtic cross using the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. We're going to use the Cartouche for clarification, and if needed, we'll use the runes for further clarification. Now let's see, astrologically for you, what's going on is your house is full of happy family members. Mars is home in Aries, so it's happy here. It means you're going to feel like yourself. You're going to feel that energy return. You're going to feel invigorated. You're going to feel victorious. You're going to feel creative. All of those things that make Aries Aries. I am. You know, you make it so. You make it be. You also have Uranus in your sign. Uranus is kind of the planet that's anything can happen. It's one of the rulers, the co-ruler of Aquarius. It's about change. It is about instant change, sometimes unexpected. It's also about looking for new things, looking for new ways of doing things. And it's definitely about buckle yourself in. It's going to be a bumpy ride. That could be a fun ride. Who knows? Roller coasters are fun. So that's around the 1st of February. Just seeing if you got anything interesting going on. Let's see. You have an aspect with Virgo, because the South Node would be in Virgo around this time. And you have an opposition with Jupiter in Libra, which is pretty typical. You're always in opposition with Libra. I am versus the diplomat. So and that's on the 1st. Let's move to the 7th, see what's happening at that time. All right, so on the 7th, your girl's home. So Venus is in the house with you and Uranus, and you're all in your sign. Let's see if you've got anything odd going on. Some squares are happening here between you and Cancer in Cancer. Let's see. The moon being in Cancer, you're squared with that aspect. Venus is squared with that aspect, actually. And you are also squared with that aspect. In addition, the fact that Uranus is in Aries, that's forming an opposition still with Jupiter in Libra. Yeah, that's about it for you. Now, your girlfriend's going to go retrograde at some point in this portion of the month. She'll go back into Pisces for a little bit, but Miss Venus will be right back home with you, where I know you will protect her, you god of war. Let's get on with the reading. No, I'm sorry. Let's take a look at the 15th, the end of this period. And yeah, Mama, your girlfriend is definitely home in your sign with you, and Uranus still there. Opposition still with Jupiter. And we have an interesting aspect. Looks like a trine with Aquarius that time. And Venus also has an interesting aspect with that same, yeah, a somewhat beneficial aspect with that same bit of Aquarius. Yeah. All right. So let's go see what's going on with the cards. Want to come up? Come on. Come on, babe. This side. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's get into the cards. We're doing a Celtic cross spread. Traditional Rider-Waite, old school. Got my buddy here, Mr. Mustachio, Ollie, over my shoulder, making sure I do it right so you're sure to get a high quality reading here. He's a Leo. You don't fuck around. Good month for you. Shoot. Not only are things going to get done, but things are going to get done fast. Mars, your ruling planet, loves to be where you are, with you. One more. Alright, what do we need to know for February 1st through the 15th for our fiery Aries? Our warrior, the I am of the zodiac. Oops. Somebody wanted to come out. Got some extra cards here. Too many. That was me starting myself. Aryan quality. Martian quality. Alright, let's go. It is about you, what's around you, what's on your mind. The foundation for why this is the way it is at the moment, what happened fairly recently, what's going to happen fairly soon. You, your environment, your hopes and fears, the final outcome, and the overall energy is the Page of Swords in reverse. Another sign got this as well, a mutable sign. You are a cardinal sign, which means you herald spring, vernal equinox. So because you both got this, I don't know if there's any correlation between the two signs that got this. However, I think it has something to do with, so pages have to do with messages, swords have to do with information, logic, thoughts. Somebody is, either you're not taking information very well, something's pissed you off, or you're disappointed in something. Somebody's told you something, or given a message of some kind, communicated something to you that does not sit well with you, it's pissed you off. Okay? We'll see what's going on with you. Alright, so you've got Valor, or the Seven of Swords, and you got it in reverse. Which means you've been holding your ground, fighting for something for a long time, and you're getting tired. Yeah, you've been definitely asserting, those wands are fiery energy, and you've been fighting the good fight, fighting, and you're tired. You know, I don't know that you're going to give up the fight, but you're really questioning it at the moment. Your environment, oh, okay. So you're feeling possibly impoverished, and this is why you're starting to get tired. Either your energy, you're feeling a lack of energy, you're not well, perhaps your health is bad. This is the Five of Pentacles, generally the idea, it's worry in the Thoth deck, and it's about either a concern over resources, financial or otherwise, but resources. Can be health, can be water, drinking water, just saying. But if you notice, there's also two very not well people here, and they're not really using their resources. They could go inside that building behind them, which is likely a church, indicative of the design, and seek refuge. They're passing right by, they're not even looking at the resources that are there. Very possibly the case. Maybe they're on their way to seek refuge, or maybe they're seeking refuge in an alternative place because the church has failed them. The institution behind them has failed them. Maybe the institution has shut them out. So whatever this is the environment that's causing you to feel this. It's either you're feeling sick, you're feeling left out in the cold. Could be this message here that made you feel left out in the cold. And whatever fight you've got going on, you're starting to question it, or you're starting to become very weary of it. All right, so here's what's on your mind. So it could be a Virgo, an earth sign, but usually nice or mutable signs. This is the Knight of Pentacles, and it's an earth sign, therefore I'm thinking Virgo. So either it's a Virgo in your life, or this is your energy. And usually, of all of the knights, this knight is standing still. In this deck and in the Thoth deck. Dead still. He's overlooking agriculture, but he's at a stop. So, I'm thinking resources they're not dwindling necessarily, because, I mean, he's got a field behind him that's been planted, and he's looking at tilling the tilled field, the prosperity to come. But whatever it is, it's coming really slowly. It's slowed down. It's not dried up, but it's not coming fast enough to help you feel reinvigorated for your fight here. Whatever you're standing up for, whatever you're feeling an aptitude for your nature, which is fight. It's very unlike you, especially with the astrological aspects now, with Mars being home with you. that you would feel this. So something must really be slowing down. Either it's emotions, it could be emotions, resources. It could be resources in the sense of health, or finances. But some sort of resource is drying up. So if you're not feeling great, I would really recommend, don't take this as final advice. Obviously use it in tandem with other types of advice. I would suggest you check your health, make sure you're eating right, getting enough sleep, exercising. If it is resources related, be patient. Use your keen skills, your intellect, to figure out how you can replan things out so that you can redistribute the resources that you have to maintain things so you can get back up and running to your usual fighting self, so you can carry on and fight the good fight. Okay? Now the foundation for all of this so far is the Empress. Major Arcana, the Empress, Venus. She's about abundance. She's about having everything. Look how lush the field is. The water's flowing by her feet, or to her feet. There's wheat. She's holding a golden orb. She's got a nice pillow. She's got the astrological stars in her crown. She's wanting for nothing. She's pregnant even, some people say, because she's got such a large gown on. It could be either because this is the foundation that you have. She's not in reverse, but either it's possible that there's a pregnancy. Perhaps you're pregnant. Very often the Empress means pregnancy. Or your partner is pregnant, and that could potentially be a worry financially. It could also be that this is she's all about abundance. She's all about having it all. So perhaps you've overindulged a little bit, and that's the foundation for what you're feeling here in the way of dwindling resources, whether it be health or finances or other resources. So maybe, just it's important to be thankful for the things that you have and let this be a lesson. And if it is a pregnancy, just keep in mind that, resources are just stuff and things. You just reallocate them until the universe provides you with more, and all of that happens with gratitude. So even though you're feeling tired right now, hang in there. All right, so recent past, Ace of Swords reversed. So a lost opportunity. Perhaps you had a project going and it didn't turn out. Something got in the way. There are yod symbols here. So in the upright position, this is a new opportunity. This is going to fight for the good fight, which kind of is reflected here. But you didn't do it. You didn't fight the good fight because it's in reverse. Or you procrastinated perhaps, or you didn't think you were worthy, or something along those lines. The 6 yods, yod is basically the first letter of the name of God, which is Keter, the source of everything. So perhaps you didn't feel worthy, perhaps you didn't realize that you are in fact a superhero, that you are a spiritual being. So turn this around. This is bad thinking. It's wrong thinking. You're part of the all. Therefore, you have a right to the all, and that includes resources. So be wise about it. Use your keen thoughts, your intelligence. Don't move too quickly. Just reallocate what you have, and this really calls for a new outlook. All right, near future. Defeat. So again, this is malleable, so take some advice with this. Again, don't replace it with professional advice. Use it in tandem. But if you do not reconsider how you're handling the things that you have, if you do not reconsider, because I don't know what the cause for this dwindling resources of health or finances or whatever this is, but if you do not reconsider the way that you're allocating funds or resources, whether it's health or money, and you don't reconsider the fact that you are a divine being, then you'll maintain or give up your nature, which is fighting. This is valor. You're not yourself right now, and that will end up in defeat. 5 of Swords is basically somebody's taking your stuff, whether it's in a good way or not. I mean, whether it was done honorably or not, usually not, actually, but somebody has taken something from you that's rightfully yours. So you can either let that happen, or you can change your perspective, which I think will be the start to you reallocating your funds and using them more wisely. So it's important that you engage your brain in this process and change your outlook. That's key. And this is key. If this is a pregnancy, it's key. That's certainly going to cost more money. Babies cost money. And if it's not a pregnancy and this has to do with the way you've been treating your resources, maybe pull your belts in a little bit. Okay, here's you. So you refuse to walk away from a situation. This is indolence or the Eight of Cups. You got it in reverse, which means it's time to walk away from something. And you're refusing to do that. You're worried about something, about failure if you do leave something behind. So this could be a relationship. This could be a way of thinking, perhaps this old way of thinking. But whatever it is, you're like hesitating to make a change, and you're hesitating to move forward. So I would recommend that you remember who you are, your spiritual being. Remember that things may not come, the resources that we once had may not come as they used to. So you need to engage your brain, use the planning skills I know you have, the strategies, the strategy ability that I know Aries has, and make a final decision. Do you stay, do you keep it, or do you let it go? I'm thinking this is your thinking about yourself, and I would definitely say it's time to walk away from this old thinking. You're a healthy, you are a spiritual being, therefore you're capable of anything. So walk away from that old thinking. Your environment is that kind of reconfirms. I think we're looking here more than a pregnancy, we're looking at resources. So you got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles upright is generally you're sitting pretty, you're feeling good. Right now money's kind of tight, you're feeling the pinch. So again, you have a divine right to everything, you just have to be smart about it, and I know you're smart. So turn this around, okay? Your hopes and your fears are the Devil in reverse. So the Devil is not a bad card. It is, in its upright position, it reminds us that worldly things can enslave us if we let them. Our own thoughts can enslave us. You can see the damage that it does, a feeling of lack of control, of not knowing and not recognizing who you really are as a divine being. You can see the damage that it does here. In reverse, it can mean a couple of things. It can mean that you're hoping that you're going to release the shackles of whatever addiction to the physical world that you have. And I would hope that you keep this hope in mind as you make new decisions, as you reallocate the funds that you have. They won't remain dried up forever as long as you remember what and who you are. Okay? So yeah, you need to pay attention to this Devil in reverse. This is actually a good omen. It means that your hope is that you're going to let go of something that's actually robbing you of precious resources that you need for something that's going to make you much happier. Okay? And the outcome is the Fool in reverse. So if you don't heed the advice, if you don't tweak some things here and there, then you're looking at the Fool in his upright position is actually very beautiful. It's a very spiritual card. It's the right kind of self-confidence, like a newborn child. You know, I'm happy, I'm here, I don't have any insecurities. It's all going to be okay. No worries. It's so cool. Everything comes to me. It's so easy. I love being alive, being human. I get whatever I want. But in reverse, sometimes there's a hastiness to this. There is an arrogance to this, and you know, nothing bad intended here, but there is a level of arrogance in Aries. And you need that. You need that to conquer worlds. You need that to build nations. You need that to start projects. There has to be a level of arrogance. There has to be some ego. But in this case, it could be to your detriment. And you don't want to be this guy being arrogant rather than intuiting and going to his source, her source. Don't be this person. Be this person. Re-engage with your true nature. All right. Okay, so let's get some clarification from the cartouche. Where are we? Oh shit, yours is long. I'm sorry, it wasn't the most positive. It's not negative. It's all in how you look at it. It's all in how you view it. And remember, hard times are not really hard times. They're opportunities to learn. Because we're in this for the long haul. It's not just, you know, this week, next week. We know we're spiritual beings, so we know the big picture. All is mind. All is mind. I'm not sure what number that one I'll say it was. This is 5. Whoops. Yes. Sorry guys, I'm going to try to hurry up here. Fumbling. Okay. So let's get some clarification on this feeling here. Yep. Okay. This is definitely, I'm really feeling much more than a pregnancy. I mean, it could be a pregnancy for some of you because pregnancy definitely has to do with resources. But it really is looking at more how you've used them in the past, the possibility of it drying up a wee bit, and you needing to reallocate and replan. Okay? I'll get into this in just a second. This is Crook and Flail, number 17 in the cartouche in reverse. This is all about respecting authority to a certain extent and having mental discipline. Right back here. Remember. Remember who and what you are. Okay? And let's get some clarification on defeats. Uraeus. Spirituality. Divine integrity. Again, it all comes back here. Whatever information or whatever message you were given that's left you feeling pissed, that's taken the fight out of you, that's made you forget that you're a divine person. It's just a message. It's just words. It's just information. It's not you. You are divine. Remember that. Use that mental discipline. Use that mental discipline to focus on what it is you want. To focus on how you can reallocate your resources so that you are back to your fighting self, fighting the good fight. Use spirituality for whatever this potential defeat is if you do not take this advice, if you are arrogant and do not take this advice. But I really suggest that, kind of like Pisces, that you look within, that you go deep, that you meditate, that you remember. You're a spirit experiencing a physical body. There's a bigger picture. Let's go to the runes. Hope I can remember them. I'm drawing a blank lately. Hey, okay. Wunjo, upright. And Eos, upright. You may need to make a move of some kind to avoid this. This is for clarification for defeat. This move could have something to do with a move for a better job, a move for that's more conducive to fiscal responsibility, so this worry is not on you, or a move your body that's more conducive to better health, so those resources aren't dwindling. And then Wunjo in the upright position, here, again, we've got this. If you employ these tactics, then everything you need will come to you. You just have to remember who you are. When you cut yourself off from the source, you know, the plant dies when you cut it off from the root. Don't cut yourself off from the root. Remember your source. Sorry it wasn't more up, but you know, actually that's good, because these lessons, Aries, these lessons are the things that make you the fighter that you are. All right, I hope it helps some. This is just first through the 15th, so I'll see you guys around the 15th. If you would like a personal reading, please check out the contact links in the description box below. Much love, and take care. Have a good February.